my experience talking to the ladies, for example, the poor road conditions, the infrastructure, which enables the women to get the produce to the market, and so thus leading to economic problems. Not able to feed the family or to meet the family basic needs, and these some of the things that really triggers conflicts in the community, because of most of these needs are not being met by the parents or by the family.
But identity, gender equality, the road problems comes in land ownership, and this culture of silence, especially in the village settings. These are some of the barriers to a happy living conditions for women, peace, about street lights, road problems, having access to health centers. So these are some of the barriers to a healthy living or conflicts within the outbacks or the rural women.
Apart from the conflict that Solomon Islands went through in 2000, late 90s into 2000, they also have insecurity financially. I think that's the biggest one for them. Personally, domestic violence is one big issue for us.
Well, at the moment, I would say gender-based violence, climate change, and the participation and inclusion of women in any decision-making place or arena.
Trust on people as you go through the changes from cash economy from the subsistence economy to cash economy, and so these changes, this transition, is causing people to look at as money as a form of security.
We talk about this. We talk about conflict prevention in the community, but most of this conflict starts from all this unfinished development.
We need to support structures that are inclusive and that contextualize to how peace building is done in a certain context, in a certain society, in a certain environment that is conducive to the cultures and to the way of life that people live in their own environment.
Then there's this whole issue of sustainability about peace. If you leave a portion of a population out whose participation is very important in terms of sustainable peace, you cannot achieve sustainable peace without leaving a portion of population out. Whether it's women, whether it's disability, people living with HIV, LGBT, everyone needs to be part of the peace process. We have to be part of the planning, we have to be part of the implementation, the evaluation, and the reporting of all of this. We need to be part of all of that aspects and all the dimensions of peace building in order for it to be effective, and not just be beneficiaries or, be tokens of their work.
With women and young people and even other men do not have that space, because when you have the politicians, it's the politicians' field, so you can't come in. But if it's a church's field, then you don't have lay people coming in and questioning, this is the... And when you go to the cultures, it's like the chiefs and the women and all that in the societies. It's good to have. I think one of the obstacles is that space for young people, young women to be part of the decision-making body.
There's a lot more obstacles, and it doesn't only exist in the cultural, traditional situations. It exists in churches, institutions. If you look at structures in the Pacific, it's basically men up there. In some countries in the Pacific, we've seen an increase of women's participation. It's not only just the understanding of men and who they are, but then the kind of policies that are put in place.
I I see, and I'm continuing, and now this year we are continuing to advocate for human securities in the programs that we do. How they're going to talk about it, it's not just a human security, blah, blah, no. There are different approaches in different communities that you go and try to explain human security. So a way of saying that is asking the women, leading them to say, how is this, how are you, what is your state at the moment? And then they'll be saying this, and then we will go in to say that is why voice primarian is existing, because when you are informed and you know about all these things, then you are able to make informed choices about your life, to live a peaceful life, to be able to make decisions, to be able to influence decisions.
I think at the moment what I'm hearing and I'm seeing is there is a lot of work being done, but I also see that the CSO are the ones that are really sort of, they have all the energy. You can see the energy in CSOs when they're together. But we need to see that energy among the governments too. The governments need to have that kind of energy, not only in the Foreign Affairs Department or the Home Affairs, but you need all, like people in ministries of all parts, all levels of the government to be aware of peace and security, and not only relying on the police, but also the police themselves. The army needs to know about the other aspects of peace, so that they can think when there's an issue and a conflict, they don't think a gun straight away, but how do we solve this in a more peaceful way.